Okay, so this is the third and final video of your Chapter 3 test to review, and uh, this will cover numbers 11 through 18, all right? And then I've decided to make a fourth video instead of just doing 3. So we are labeling this point right here, so it looks like we went back 1, so that would be -1. We went to the right 2, and then if you look, if you start right here at the y-axis and you drop down, it's 1, 2, 3, and a little bit. So not quite 4. But above this line, you have a little bit of space there where you dropped. And if you actually pulled this side down, this would drop that length of space. So 3 plus a little bit would be -4. All right, so I went forward 4. I went 3 on the y-axis, and then I went up. So if you look, you went up 1, 2, and a little bit, plus you have this distance from below, which was 1 and a little bit. So if you went 1, 2, a little bit, that would get you all the way up to 4. So this distance plus the distance below. So you went up 2 and a little bit, and then a little bit plus 1 more. Okay. Now we're going to plot our own point. So we need to go 1 on the x-axis, -3 on the y. So that brings us out to here, right? Don't put a big dot there. I noticed you guys were sometimes putting big dots. That's not where your point is. That's just where they meet. And then you're going to go up 2. So if you started here at the axis, you wouldn't want to go up all the way 2 because you still have this little distance. So you'd want to leave about that distance below the 2. That's where you put your big dot. All right, so we go forward and backward, nothing. -3 and then up 2. Those are always the easiest ones. All right, so now we're finding intercepts. So remember that if you're finding an x-intercept, that means you'll plug 0 in for y and z, which means that 2 times 0 is 0, 2 times 0 is 0. These two drop off completely. So I'm always going to be left with just the term that has the x. So I'll divide by 8. That makes z equal to -1. So for the y-intercept, I would do the same thing, but I'm plugging 0 in for the x and the z. So that leaves me with the 2y, and set that equal to -8. Divide by 2, y is -4. And then my z-intercept, I'll do the same thing, but plug 0 in for x and y. So that leaves me with 2z is equal to -8. Divide by 2, and z is -4. Look at that. I put a z right there. Y'all have probably been yelling at me the whole hour. Miss Archer, that's supposed to be an x. It's all good. See, I fixed it. So x is -1, y is -4, and z is -4. All right, so let's find the x-intercept. So that would give me -4x equals 12. Divide by -4, and x is -3. Look, guys, I plugged it in right that time. All right, so then I have -3y is equal to 12 for my y-intercept. Divide by -3, and y is -4. And for the z-intercept, I've got -4z equals 12. Divide by -4, and z is -3. All right, so the same process goes when you are sketching the plane. You want to find all the intercepts, and then you just, draw that in and color it in. So for the x-intercept, I've got 3x equals 12. So that means if I divide by 3, x is 4. So let's go ahead and put a dot at 4 on the x-axis. Then you've got the y-intercept. So 12y equals 12. Divide by 12, and y is 1. So you have 1 right here. And for your z-intercept, you have 4z is equal to 12. Divide by 4, and z is 3. So now all you do is connect those dots and color it in, and you have just sketched your plane. Don't be lazy, make it look pretty. I mean, you know, mine's beautiful, look at it. Kind of reminds me of those Dorito things from Taco Bell. I don't know why. I think that's what I'm talking about. I don't know. Those triangular Dorito things. Weird. Alright, so for the last one, same thing. Woo! That's too big. Alright, so my x-intercept, I'll have 5x is equal to 15. Divide by 5. And x is equal to 3. So you'll go to 3 on your x-axis, put a dot. So then your y-intercept would be negative 5y is equal to 15. Divide by negative 5. So your y is negative 3. So negative 3 on the y-axis. And your z-intercept would be 5z is equal to 15. Divide by 5. And z is 3, so you put it at 3. Then, same thing, connect your dots. Oops, going the wrong way. And shade it in. And then you will be good to go. Alright, so this is the end of the third video. You have one more video that has all of the three-dimensional equations on it.